Miranda from Reminder.
Hi, guys.
Hi, good afternoon. How are you?
I'm having an amazing day. I'm really excited to be here, you guys. So thanks for having me.
Beautiful. Well, thank you so much for being on the call with us. So here, guys. All right. Miranda, can you hear us?
I can hear you loud and clear, guys. Hopefully I'm not too loud. That's usually my problem.
Awesome. So yeah, thank you so much for being on the call. So talk to us. What's new?
All right, guys, let me give you kind of the rundown. I have to say a huge thank you to Simon just for having us out. And also, I know my camera was off. I was definitely dancing. So, and I hope you guys heard too, because that was really nice. So I'm going to share my screen. I have to say I'm not the most technically inclined. So I'm going to go ahead. See here. There we go. Hey, you guys.
Thanks.
If I did my job, you should be able to see a really goofy picture of me and a slide that says "Stop Missing Opportunities." Do you guys see that?
Yeah.
Yes, we can.
Beautiful. Okay. And also, quick tidbit. I love that you started with your mission statement. I think that's great. And if you guys are curious, our mission statement at Reminder Media is to empower our clients to close more deals and retain more business. That's what we're talking about today. Okay. So let me just give you a quick rundown. I'm one of the marketing coordinators here at Reminder Media. All right. We've probably been in business. It's been 18 years now. Okay. And not to give you a huge, oh, is everything good? Making sure.
Yes.
Okay, awesome. So not to give you guys a huge background on our company, I know a lot of you are familiar with us. We started in a garage in 2004 out near Philadelphia. So kind of cliche, but all good things. But we've grown significantly over the years just because of our success in real estate. And my quick webinar today is called Stop Missing Opportunities and Start Connecting. And guys, it is really simple. Like I can say with complete certainty, whether we're brand new, maybe we just got started, maybe we're part-time, we're kind of sorting it out a little bit, we're a seasoned veteran, really anything in between. The referral business and that client retention is absolutely critical to your success in this business. And I'm not going to bore you guys with a bunch of stats or anything like that. There was one thing that kind of jumped out to me, though. It was a study conducted by NAR from last year, so 2021. What you'll see, 60% of buyers and 68% of sellers found their agent either through referral or buying with the agent that they did business with last time. Those numbers are up from the year prior, actually. And I understand completely. I mean, let's focus on the sellers there. Everyone wants to be a good listing agent, especially in this market. It's where the money is. It's where you protect your time a lot. But when you take a closer look at the sellers, what you'll find is that less than 5% of our clients found their agent either through websites or by those traditional farming tools combined, like online. And of course, people are going to check out homes and check out like the agents online, but when the time really, really comes for them to list their home, they're going to end up finding their agent through somebody that they already know and trust, or just by working with the same realtor that they used last time. So when you know that most of your leads are coming from these referrals, you definitely want to ask yourself, okay, so if I have my leads coming from here, where am I going to be spending my money to generate business, right? So NAR's recent study pretty much found that about 63% of agents aren't spending a single dime on that referral-based relationship expenses. And I mean, I speak with hundreds of agents every single day. Like that's really what I do. But what we really find is that a lot of agents tend to struggle with where to invest their money, invest their time. I mean, your emotions too, but your energy in the right places. But that's really why we're here. That's why we've been in business so long. I mean, I don't want anybody that's really listening to me today to, you work a long day, you drive home, and maybe you pass by the house of a past client, and then you see a for sale sign with someone else's name on it. Like that really stings, or maybe, you log onto the MLS and then you see that potential client or that prospect that you've already devoted your time to, and then boom, they've listed with another agent. So those are those missed opportunities that we address, and that I'll address pretty quickly in my little chat with you guys today. This is a relationship business, right? So what we find is that human nature really tends to hover towards what we see most. So, that being said, the easiest way for you guys to lock in and generate more of those referrals, more of that repeat business down the road, is just by reminding your clients that, hey, I appreciate you. You're more than a commission check, but I appreciate the business that you send my way. And that's really where we come in. Like, that's what we do. So we help our agents stay connected to their spheres of influence, their past clients, just to generate more of those referrals and secure the future business years down the road. And there's a few ways that we do it now that I'm pretty excited about. Of course, we have our flagship publication. That's the one you're probably most familiar with. It's American Lifestyle Magazine. We've been doing that one for about 18 years, pretty much ever since we started. But the content is very much like Architectural Digest. So it's going to have things like art and leisure and travel recipes. And then we have Start Healthy. That one is geared just more towards living a healthy lifestyle. It's not a bodybuilding magazine. It'll have things like a healthier twist on the recipes, maybe ways to improve your immune system. I know that's a very popular topic of conversation right now, or ways to create a better sleep environment. Like 100% I could use that. But our last one is actually just the one I want to touch on the most. It's called Good to Be Home Magazine. This is the one that we created for you guys, specifically for those that wanted more real estate related content in the magazines, but it's still general interest. So it'll have things like energy efficiency, maybe some maintenance tips, or ways to increase your home value. Still have some recipes in there, so it's very general interest but helpful information. And all of these magazines, they're very different, but they do allow the same amount of the customizations. They're the same length, same cost. They just have different articles you can choose that really fits your sphere best. You can bounce between them every time you work with us, every time you mail out. So you don't have to just choose one. And all three of them are 48 pages, and it's totally branded to you. It's a coffee table quality, so it's a hard glossy cover if you've ever seen one. We'll brand it to your business. We'll brand it to your recipient. And just to note, we're very specific about not putting business-related content in the magazine. When they get this, I want them to see it as a gift. I don't want them to see it as advertisement. We want to fly under that radar. And you'll be able to brand yourself onto the front cover. So as you can see with my slide, we're going to put your headshot on the cover, your contact information. It will say, compliments of Simon, right at the very top. That way your clients know exactly who sent it to them as soon as they pull it out of the mailbox. And there's a lot of different cover options for every single magazine that you choose. And then on the front inside cover, I'll touch on this pretty quick. We write a personalized letter to each recipient. So whether that's a biography from you or a letter to them, it's going to have their name. It won't have anything like, Dear Valued Resident. I know we've all probably gotten things like that in the mail. We want it to look very personalized. So a lot of my clients like to write a personalized letter. I know, having a baby, getting married, a milestone anniversary, those are all really common to notate. Just adds a personal touch that goes a long way. And it really looks like it's, coming from you, like you took your time to put this together. However, a lot of my clients like to have a chunk of these sent to themselves directly. So what they'll do is they'll put their value proposition on the inside cover. This is very popular for newer agents. It's a really good, strong first impression piece. So we can put in, how long have you been in the area? What are you looking to accomplish for your clients? Basically paint that picture of why should they work with you, right? And really set yourself apart. And on the inside of the magazine, because there's 6 areas of customization, on the inside there's these 2 tear-out cards that will brand exactly to you. And there's a lot of different customizations. Recipe cards, typically the biggest hit, but I also have agents that use different customizations that we have. They'll even put other branding on it, and they'll feature like local businesses, really paint yourself as like the mayor of the town. But they're really good for your recipient when they get it, and then they find out there's a referral opportunity. and they tear it right out and they give it directly to their friend when they hear about those. So it's good for being passed along. And lastly, the back cover is really a blank canvas for you. We have a lot of templates to choose from. It's very plug and play, but a lot of my agents like to feature even client testimonials. You know, put them on the back cover, or maybe a featured sold listing. Maybe put a preferred vendor or a preferred lender on the inside cover. Kind of split that cost a bit. That's very common. But anyways, enough chatting about the magazine. I'll finish it up here. The reason we do this is just because there are certain things in the business that we can't do all the time, right? We can't take our clients out to dinner every other quarter, right, just to earn the business down the road. And then on the flip side of things, we have the newsletters and the flyers and postcards, which I'm not knocking that stuff. I mean, we even do postcards. Like, it works great for farming. They all serve their purpose. But the number one reason that agents actually work with us is because of that shelf life. It's having that prolonged presence in the home in front of your clients on their coffee table. And we track it. So you're looking at about 3 to 4 weeks inside the home. So any given residence, any given home or timeline. But at that time, you know, when you're hanging out on their coffee table, there's a few things that are happening. So rather than maybe getting thrown away, like a lot of the other tools out there, I want you on the coffee table or the kitchen counter, their nightstand. I mean, you could even be in the bathroom. I mean, I don't mind. But it's a visual representation of just how much you care about them and you value them. And therefore, you're top of mind when those referral opportunities come up and when it comes down to real estate. And perception really is reality. I want to keep you in front of those people, so that way you can stay top of mind and get those referrals, because people want to work with others at the top of their game. And when it comes to trusting those business professionals with either buying or selling a home, I just want to ensure that all of you are considered first and foremost over any of your competition. And our goal is simple. It's to keep each of your names completely synonymous with real estate. So that way you are the one capitalizing on all of the opportunity that your clients are encountering every single day. So there's one last little tidbit that I'll add, but I want to pause for a quick second, see if there are any questions on the mail out, customizations, anything really.
Any questions?
My question is how they cheer or they see the difference when the millennials sometimes they read everything online. They don't read that much paper. Is that any change or making difference?
Say that one more time.
Yeah, like most time people now they read everything online or internet. They don't usually read paper. So how is that affecting, you know, whether how this magazine will have an impact?
I guess
I think that's a great question.
Yeah, and if I can add to that, I think what Rosie may be going with, is there an opportunity for this marketing to also be like an app where we can syndicate this magazine and they can actually see it as a magazine on their phone?
Yeah, definitely. We do have a digital.
You do?
Oh, yeah. Yeah, we have a digital magazine as well that you can do, and you can send it out to as many people as you'd like, really hit your whole sphere. So you can give them that good content that they can read on their phones. I totally understand that. And then in regards to like the printed magazine itself, I think that's a very common question and very reasonable to ask. One of the reasons that this works so well is because when they're getting it, you're really signaling a type of response. Right, it's coming from someone that they know, of course, so there's that relationship there. But even down to the letter on the inside cover, when they see that you've taken your time to send something to them as a gift, really not asking for anything in return, people naturally want to reciprocate that, and that's really when we see our agents getting those referrals. But the beautiful thing about this, even if they get it and they toss it on the coffee table, whether it lands on its front or its back, what we see is that they're going to be holding on to it for about, the 3 to 4 weeks. Even if they don't crack it open every single day and read it from cover to cover, they're still seeing your branding. They're still seeing your face on that front cover. And if you're top of mind with them, I think the stat's about 76% of people go with the first agent that comes to mind. I need that to be you, and I want it to be under that radar and in the home. So they're passing you every time they sit on the couch and watch the news or go into the kitchen. I think that's a very reasonable question. And I also get a couple questions. Most of the time it's cost, which I'll run you guys through, of course. And then I also get questions on frequency. We create a new issue every 2 months, shelf life being about 4 to 6 or about 4 or 5 weeks or so. We create a new issue every 2 months of all 3 magazines too. Great question though. Any other questions? I'm ready for them if you have them.
I had you guys first. I used this American Lifestyle for 5 years. It's very useful. It's a way to get your picture. And my clients love the magazine. You know, I mean, I have, of course, my older clients, not maybe millennials, because millennials like to read stuff online. But like I said, I was just going to get to, I haven't actually been on there in a couple of years, so I'm just trying to figure out what the new charges are, because there's 3 magazines now. There was only one before when I was just American Lifestyle.
And I believe she's going to answer that question, but that's a great testimonial. So thank you, Tim, for providing us with that. Wendy.
So the other question I have is, I used to do this before, but one of the things that was concerning was that if another agent has a farm area or something like that, and they're sending out a magazine, and then you try to put your past clients into the rotation to get this magazine, they're not allowed to get it from you. And I was just wondering, have you guys overcome that at all? Because that's kind of problematic.
So is that in regards to the exclusivity of the magazine? That doesn't happen very much. What I usually see from agents is that they'll use this to hit their top 50, maybe top 100 past clients. Some people do use it as a farming tool, but the way that it works when you're talking about it generating so much ROI, we have about a 58% referral rate. It really works best with those core past clients. So I don't see as many agents farming with it. It's happened here and there, but you'll own every address, like you said, and we'll make sure that your clients are only getting it from you.
Because I wasn't farming with it, someone else was. So I've had other clients that I closed business with that I couldn't send a magazine to, and that became problematic for me. So I was just wondering, have you guys come up with anything to overcome that? Or are all of these 3 magazines the same, where you're still gonna have that same exclusivity rule where you're not gonna be able to get to those clients unless you hand them a copy yourself?
I had the same.
Yeah, so they'll still own the magazine mailing list. Oh, sorry. Go ahead. No problem.
No, I had the same problem too. I mean, I've sold my client like over $5 million of property, and I couldn't add him to my list because he was getting the farming by another agent.
Same here, and that's why I stopped using it.
And it was actually my client. He never worked with anybody else. I just couldn't get my magazine on his address because his address was already being used. So that's a problem.
Right.
I have a long time, 20-year clients, a client for 30 years.
Right.
So they're about a real
Right.
estate from anybody else.
Yeah, I've had it happen like a small handful of times. This is something that's actually super useful to know, is if another agent is going after one of your clients. So advice I've given to my clients in the past that wanted to send it out to a past client and then here they're on somebody else's list, most of the time that recipient hasn't talked to that other agent that's mailing to them. They don't have that core relationship the way that you do. Technically, I have had.
I don't care where we.
Sorry.
What was that? I want to make sure I don't miss anyone before I answer that question.
Excuse me, so.
Yeah, you have we have
Hi.
So these agents send a magazine to people that they're not even their clients?
Right, they farm them,
They farm it.
and so you can't use them, and I had like having 5 clients, so I was done, you know, it was like too frustrating.
I guess the question for you, Miranda, is I'm assuming that it gets scrubbed if that particular address, I'm assuming it goes to the agent, right? The marketing materials, you know, just like anything else, you know, it's going to happen, right? Now, the question, I guess, the direct question is the company doing anything differently to help the agents?
In other words, can we prove they're our client versus farming?
Yeah, could we get precedence over that if we could prove it was our client?
You take them off their list and put them back on ours, because they're just farming.
Yeah, my client was just throwing it away anyway.
Right, exactly.
Yeah, so here's what I would say, you guys. I think that's a very reasonable question to have, and I don't recommend sending it out for farming. I don't think they're going to get the same response. I have actually had people call in to me before to say, hey, I'm on this person's mailing list, but I mean, I don't even really know them. Can you please add me to John's mailing list? And then we just swap them over. We take them off at that person's request and start mailing to them for their actual agent. You guys are the ones that deserve that business, and I don't want you to just have to, hand them the magazine, say, here, take this, let me hand deliver it to you every couple months. What I've had in the past, and it's worked really well, is a handful of those recipients have called in to me and said, hey, I'm getting this, I don't even know this other agent, and then we just swap them on the mailing list and we add them to that agent.
So my
Because
question
this is a relationship tool rather than a farming tool.
Well, for the integrity of the team meeting, I think if you can provide us with your contact information, Miranda, and these are more direct, specific questions that maybe.
Yeah, let's connect after. Yeah, I'd love to, because there's a couple things that would be very particular to your business. So I think that's great. And I'm going to put my phone number up here too, so that way we can chat or text over the phone later today or tomorrow. There's one thing I just want to touch on before, because I'm sure you're curious about cost. I remember seeing that question already. That we actually have a new tool that's been working really well. It's called targeted follow-up. Long story short, what we can do is run your mailing list, or really your whole database if you'd like, score it and tell you who's highly likely to buy and sell at a 72% accuracy. Because we paired up IP address with physical address, and so that could really tell you who you might want to get in front of first. So you're getting those referrals a lot quicker, especially on a single mail out. So guys, go ahead and grab a pen and paper. For those tuning in on Zoom, feel free to take a screenshot of this next one. But let me run you through the pricing. We have a few incentives that we have going on with the brokerage. So first off, it's going to be our price of our initial setup cost. It's our exclusivity cost. So it's usually $300. What we did is we broke it down, brought it down to $99. Here's what it covers. Okay, it covers that marketing advisor who's actually assigned to you. Their job is to put this all together, do all of the work, send it out for you. It also covers that targeted analytics tool as well. So that way we can run that list and tell you who's highly likely to buy and sell. And then it also covers the exclusivity of your mailing list, which we kind of talked about. So you own every address that you mail to. And then the next incentive is our price per issue. So here's what we have going. Usually it's a sliding scale. So the more you order, the less it is. What we did is gave everybody the bulk price. So it's $4.19. The minimum is only $50 as well. And so if you did the minimum printout, you would be looking at about $209.50. And of course, it is a trial mailing. So we just want a chance to have you try it out once, get some feedback, and then go from there and see if I've basically earned your business. And then here's what I'll do. I kind of want to finish out just with a simple statement. And I'm double checking to y'all that my screen is no longer sharing. Is that correct? So I just want to double check that.
Yes.
Awesome. Okay. So I just want to take a step back and kind of close out. First off, and just thank you guys for having me out today, but also just kind of reiterate really the value that we try to bring with these. It's simple. We know we have to stay in touch with these recipients we have and our best clients. But on the flip side of things, I mean, people don't like getting sales calls. And I'm talking to agents. I know you guys get them all the time. But our magazine really gives you a valid reason and just a friendly reason to make a few follow-up calls, check in with them, see how they are. But what you'll find is that the barrier from agent to client is broken. So that way you can use the tips in the articles as reasons for following up with them. But find out two important questions. First one is my relationship still intact? That's why following up is so huge with
10
this, right?
seconds, please. We're about to finish. Just 10 seconds.
Oh,
Thank you so
no
much.
problem. No problem. And is anybody else prospecting for their business? So we just want the opportunity to do that for you. So go ahead and take down my number. If you guys have questions, let's connect. You can reach me directly at 484-806-0553. That way we can connect if you have any questions. And here's what I'll leave you with. if any of you decide to give me a shot either today or tomorrow, I'm going to go ahead and throw in 15 free. They give me that in my back pocket, so you'll get 65 for the price of 50, just as a thank you to you. So 484-806-0553. Feel free to text or call me, but thank you guys. Have an amazing rest of your day. I really, really appreciate
And
it, okay?
quick, just put that information on the chat so that way anyone on Zoom can have it. So thank you very much. Let's give Miranda a round of applause.
Thank you, guys. I just put it in the chat, and we'll talk soon, okay? Have an
Okay.
amazing Wednesday.
Thank you.
Bye.
All right, we have the termite guy, Andrew, providing us with lunch. So Andrew, come on in. Come on. Give him a round of applause.
How's it going, guys? I know you guys are hungry, but a quick talk about us. We're the termite guy. We're a little different than other companies. We give you a 5-year warranty on your RV fumigations. We're licensed general contractors, so a lot of times we go to that jobs that the fascia board has to be customized. We take care of that as well. And in regards to like all our wood we prime before we put up and paint. That's something that the other people don't already do. So in regards to termite inspections, if it's in Los Angeles County, I normally give free inspection, especially to Keller Williams, South Bay. If it's a condo or something like that, or a bigger property, then that's when we tend to charge. Normally we charge for a clearance fee, meaning that if I didn't find no termite damage or fungus damage or anything like that, we do charge $100 for the termite clearance, but it gives your customer or the buyer 1-year warranty. So anything pops up, we come back and take care of it. And that's pretty much it. And if it's like say apartment complex, it's like that, give me a call. I'll give you my number and get you a price on our inspection fees in regards to that.
Do you do your own repairs?
Yes. We pretty much do our own repairs. We do our
So
own.
when you give the bid, that's
it.
okay.
Yeah. So
Section 2.
a lot of you guys didn't use me. Aaron's was one of my main clients. I haven't had a problem with any of his stuff. So yeah, send me.
But him you have, right?
No.
Everybody does. Are you happy
We don't
or
And I gotta tell you, this guy, I mean, he's on it all the time, and talk about something you're dealing with people, right? Just like we all do. I mean, patient as hell. I love working with him.
Being in this business, especially with everything that comes up, they have to be as patient as possible, and I take the ball off him so he doesn't have to stress out or anything. So I'll drop off my flyer on your desk while you guys get pizza, and I left some goodies, lip balm, hand sanitizer, and some key tags too, right by the pizza too.
Thank you.
All right.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Any other questions? All right. Thank you very much. All right, I want to also welcome you to the KW family. We have John, Jocelyn, Kimberly, and Jaquita, so let's give them a round of applause. Awesome, and congratulations, Rosie, for capping and getting 100% of your commission. So, just a quick reminder, team, we will be on our second quarter, we're going to be doing the pancake breakfast. So for the people that were here in January, you saw me flipping pancakes, the staff and us, so we're going to be doing pancakes, bacon, and also sausage and orange juice and coffee. So love to see you. That'll be Friday, April 8th from 10 o'clock to 11 o'clock. Love to see you all here. Next slide, please. And then let's bypass real quick, and let's go right into, let's bypass and let's go to John real quick. So Army here for 1 minute. Do we have, oh, there he is. All right, John, so let's go give John a round of applause.
Okay, thank you.
Awesome.
You
You look like a politician.
You look exactly like it.
I just wanted to make sure everything wasn't missing.
We know you're
Just you're not a commissioner.
You know, you gotta represent.
got my vote already.
You gotta represent the seller correctly. Like someone. Good afternoon. I know I stand between you and lunch, so I will make this quick. I will focus only on the guts of my speech, and then you're free to go. I just want to give you a short talk today, and when I was challenged to come up with a title, I gave this the title. It's SB9, but more importantly, I've given it the title, Learn to Surf Policy Changes for More Deals. What does that mean? Does anyone here surf? Or have attempted to surf? Okay, I think that covers everybody because you're here in the South Bay. So one thing I think you understand about surfing is that surfing comes down to timing, right? You take off too early, you eat it. You take off too late, you miss it. So what I'm about to do is to tell you why you as a real estate professional need to know what public policy is, because there's about this much distance between selling real estate and public policy. And let me explain what that means as it relates to this exciting issue called Senate Bill number 9, or the California Home Act. So what is that and how does that impact all of you here in the South Bay and all of your clients? Well, I'll put it in a nutshell. What the legislature passed and signed off by the governor allows for homeowners of single-family residences to lot split. So what you can do anywhere in California, you can go to your city and say, hey, I own this house, I want a lot split. You can create up to 4 units on your property. Now, why was this law passed? In a nutshell, you know that there's a housing crisis. There's a tremendous built-up demand for new housing units. The state of California, in addition to SB9, also has what's called the Regional Housing Needs Assessment, or RHNA. What does that mean? Well, every city in the state, most of them, I'd say majority, are also mandated by the state to create more housing units. So as an example, here in the city of Torrance, Torrance is mandated to create about 4,900 new housing units.
Half have to be lower income.
That's right. And if you look at the mix at the bottom, the mass of units that have to come online are very low income, and affordable. So if you look around, you don't see farmland here in the city of Torrance. You don't see a lot of open space. So the challenge for not only Torrance, but every city in the South Bay, Beach Cities, the Hill, is how do you meet these RHNA requirements? Also, how can you finesse Senate Bill number 9 and benefit your clients? And also, for all of you, it's all about ABC. Always be closing. How do you make more deals? So it's incumbent on each one of us to fully understand what the policy means and how to react appropriately and with the right timing. So either we can react one of 2 ways, either proactively or reactively. Let me talk about reactive. What do I mean by reactive? Do any of you remember when Airbnb launched? Not that long ago. Everyone said, wow, what is this? Airbnb. It's going to give the hospitality industry a run for their money. Well, what happened? I have a friend who lives in the Hollywood Hills. He's got a great house on the hillside with a full-on view. Next door, someone bought the house, 10,000 square foot, 3-story house. Suddenly, he started having parties next door every weekend, cars showing up, noise, police showing up. Well, because of that, cities began to react to all of these citizen complaints. And so they created ordinances to limit the amount of homes that could actually be rented out to Airbnb. Okay, so that's a reactive response of public policy to address an issue. How can we act proactively? SB9 was supported by our California Association of Realtors. You didn't know that, but that's fact. So looking here in the South Bay, is there a way for cities to accommodate these additional units, but do so in a way that really won't create distress and traffic in our single family neighborhoods? That's a balancing act.
That's density problems.
Oh, it creates density problems. So
Also, there's no parking in the back parcel.
well, so how do you accommodate all this new density? Let's say you go from 1 house to 4. And suddenly, let's talk about sewers. Everyone loves sewers, right? So suddenly you had all these people. Well, cities, they invested in the infrastructure, put in the sewer lines and all that. Well, suddenly you get 3 to 4 times more people flushing the toilet.
Yeah.
What happens? Well,
Mine's great.
let's not go there. Let's not go there.
But it's wild too, I mean, 3 years.
So every city is going to have to figure out how we accommodate growth.
Is there a minimum lot size that they can do?
1,200
Well, 1,200.
is the minimum
1,200.
parcel.
Yeah.
1,200 square foot. So
What?
Yeah.
5,000 square foot lot could be almost 4 properties.
So,
No, you can only do it once.
okay, so under the law, each city is going to have to figure out how to respond. Now, is there an advantage to being the first one? Is there, what's called first mover advantage? Do you advise your clients, okay, now that it's law, let's go to the building department, let's submit plans to create 4 units? Well, I think you have to look around at your neighbors and wonder, how are they going to respond to this? If there's not enough parking on the streets already, you want cars parked on the lawn. So every city is going to have to figure out how this is going to work.
It's gonna be a mess.
So we're at the front end of SB9, but I'll be clear, there is a housing shortage. This is going to create opportunity for your clients, not all of them, but some of them. And it's also going to create opportunities for each one of you. Why? If there's going to suddenly be all these new units coming online, who's going to sell these units?
Well, remember, you guys, when you parcel a property, it's now available for sale, even though this plan was for rentals. So when you parcel it, am I right, John? Because I asked Michelle Ramirez. Yeah, there's a period, but you can sell that back lot.
Okay, so just because I know the pizza getting cold, let me just cut to the chase here. For SB9 and also RENA, chaos creates opportunity. That's an old Chinese saying. And anytime there's chaos, people will make money. Case in point, the Great Recession. I and a bunch of my golf buddies headed to Las Vegas during the Great Recession. You know why? I began hearing from my friends on Wall Street that they were also looking at going to Vegas. Why? Because Wall Street institutional investors were beginning to look at single family homes as an asset class, an investable rental property asset class that they could sell to their institutional clients, pension funds, banks, insurance companies. Well, guess what? That's one reason why the California Home Act SB9 is now law, because we want to make sure that there is wealth that can be passed on intergenerationally. So if you have a family that owns a single family home, and if they can add a few rental properties, that adds wealth, right? You take the income, you apply a capitalization rate, the value goes up. Okay, so I'm going to end there. Don't ask me questions because I'm running to another event, but yeah, you can ask Lauren Connor. And I want to end by saying, yes, I am a candidate up in North Torrance, District 1. What makes this election unusual, you have a realtor that represents District 1. You have Lauren as a realtor running in District 3, and you have me up in District 1. That's where real estate meets policy.
Right.
So with that, thank you for your time. And
Good information. Thank you, John. Appreciate it. All right. Let's finish up. We got 15 more minutes, guys. We're almost there.
Hurry up.
That wasn't.
I'm going to hurry up. Ed, hurry up. So
This way, so it's-
no, let's knock down real quick. So, hey, Chief, last week, Jennifer and the executive team, we were talking about what the Keller Williams value proposition is. And to spearhead this, I had Ed, talking a little bit about what our value proposition is. So without further ado, let's hear Ed and what we have to provide as value.
All right, guys, we'll make this fairly quick. Let's get the service because we need this whiteboard. Who here has some really nice handwriting? Anybody? Did Harry?
Come on,
Awesome.
Cheyenne.
Come on, Cheyenne. And that's a $10 Amazon card right there, so.
Mine's the chicken scratch.
All right, can we make two columns, so split it up into two columns? On the left, we're gonna have, yep, perfect. On the left, we're gonna have YKWSB. And on the right, we're gonna have.
Why or what?
With a question mark. So, you know, why Keller Williams South Bay, and on the right, why Keller Williams, right? So now I got a challenge for you guys, because I racked my brain and I came up with this many things. So let's see how many you guys can come up with. And if you guys can guess something that I didn't, you get to win a prize. At least for one or two people. I'd be all night. We'll have to see how many you got. Okay, who's got some? So why join Keller Williams South Bay? Culture. Culture. Okay, I love it. Culture. But what do we mean by that? Why is culture important?
Because if you can't work with the people you're with, then there's no reason coming in.
Right? So that's part of it. So what all do we include in culture? Part of it's like having
Take care of your own agents.
Yeah, right?
Helping others.
Would you agree that we're a pretty collaborative environment here? Pretty true, right? Okay, cool. What else we got? So culture.
Nice office.
Nice office. Okay. By the way, let's raise hands because I want to make sure we're fair about this. So nice office, right? We've got a fully renovated space here. That's pretty awesome. We've got 2 conference rooms that are all state of the art. Look nice. We've got this room here, the training room, our lounge, easy parking. Right? Our location is pretty awesome. Everybody agree? Yeah. All right. So we got location, office
I can
space.
bring my dog.
What else we got?
Wonderful stuff.
Wonderful staff. Would you guys all agree that Simon is like a baller as a broker and as a team leader?
Top tier staff.
Right?
I think it's all everyone.
Makes it even better is you got this new scholarship. So yeah, and by the way, and we've got May and Jennifer. You get me included. I don't know if they work. You get Holly, you get Natalie, you get Linda, who's off-site but still with it, like still part of it all. It's a pretty awesome team, right?
And Sonia.
And yeah, well, Sonia, the whole, but I have her a whole separate thing as the coaching program. So we'll just throw her in as we have an awesome coaching program at this office. If you're new, if you've been around for a while, so we can help you get to a higher level of production, right? What else we got? You can put Sonia in coaching.
Training.
Yes.
Positive energy.
Ooh, positive. We'll go. I'll put that under culture, but I love that. I love that. I'll put that under culture though. Anybody else? What else we got? Why not? No, really? Where you going? What else we got? What's great about Keller Williams?
Worldwide.
What about that?
More
So
connections.
yes, it's worldwide. It's huge. Why does that affect you?
Because if you know something's
Referrals.
More connections.
Huge referral network of. By the way, you guys know we passed 200,000 agents. Like no one's ever had 200,000 agents in the company. But we do now. We're huge. We're like massive. Did you guys know? So okay, so that's a referral network. Let's put that separate.
Highest profit sharing.
Well, hold on, one step at a time. So we'll get to profit share in a second. Referral network. We've got an awesome referral network. It's also nice being huge because like when you walk into a listing presentation, your clients probably already heard of us. Did you guys know that we sold more homes in LA County than anyone else? And it wasn't even close. We sold more than twice as many homes as the second highest competitor last year. You guys know that?
No.
That's pretty awesome.
Because we only have 5% market share in California, they said.
That's true. Now in California, our market share is not as high as other places around the country by far, by the way.
But yet LA.
Oh, guys, did you guys know that in the United States of America in 2021, 1 out of every 4.7 homes that was sold, let that sink in. 5 houses on the block, 1 of them has a Keller Williams sign all around the country. That's baller. That's like 17% market share. No one's ever achieved that. That's pretty awesome. Okay, what else we got? Oh wait, profit share. Does everybody know what profit share is, or how it's good, or why it helps? Like, did you guys know how valid profit share is? In a nutshell, let's put profit share under KW. So profit share, if you help bring people into the company, they go on your downline, and every month the office gives half of its profits to profit share.
Then for the rest of your life,
Like I said,
and it's willable.
yes, it's willable. When you pass away, you get to pass it along to somebody else, as long as you're vested, yeah?
So you have something to leave your children, so for working all these open houses and 7 days a week, it's all rewarded to you. After you do this, any other company that you go to work for is not gonna give you anything when you retire.
I love it.
We're gonna give you a little coin and say, hey, thanks for working for us.
For the sake of three, let's keep it going. What else you guys got? Yes,
KW cares.
yes, KW cares. Put that under that South. It's really both, but let's put it. There's a bunch of things that can go under both. KW cares, which by the way, you guys remember when we lost one of our agents last year? KW cares was involved in that, right? So like, you have a massive earthquake hits tomorrow and some of us become homeless, KW cares will be there.
KW cares.
Contribute to Ukraine? Did you make it?
I believe, I don't know much about it, I don't, but I believe that's true, that, because we have a bunch of agents who are in Ukraine that KW cares has been involved with. I think, I don't know very much because I haven't been keeping up. But
I've been a recipient of
That was on
KW
the other
cares.
side.
I went through a bad divorce and almost died of a liver transplant. And KW Cares came in and gave me $16,500 because all my money was confiscated out of my account. And so I didn't file bankruptcy, but the 16,000 helped me pay all my creditors off and get my life started over again, so.
Sue, yes.
Well, and then when I lost my husband last year, the company chipped in and raised 11,000 for me, and that's keeping me where I'm at.
We're gonna move on to KW cares, otherwise I'm gonna be a sloppy mess. Anybody else, anything other than KW cares? What else you got? What else you got?
We have the Red Day.
Red Day. Red Day. Who's excited to go help? Are we dealing with foster kids this year or special needs kids?
Special needs.
Oh my God, how cool is that? We're gonna get to help special needs kids for a day as a company, having fun together, helping special needs kids. And that, by the way, we do that as an office. Every office in KW does that the same day every year. How cool is that? All right, what else we got? All right, I want to give you guys some help. If you have a problem, who do you go to?
Blockbuster.
No, if you have a problem with your contract, if you have a problem with your contract, who do you go to? What if Simon can't deal with it because it's a legal problem?
We have risk management.
Risk management is free. Free risk management. Is RDRM pretty cool?
30 minutes.
RDRM will hop on the phone with your client and talk to them. Most brokerages do not do that. They do not have lawyers.
That's only cover one South Bay.
That's South Bay.
South Bay, no.
That's how it'll
So yes, RDRM is awesome. There are lawyers. They're here. They'll talk to your clients. But let's move on. So we got them. What else we got? Yes, KW concierge. Which we'll just put concierge under South Bay. There's three parts to it. Yes, if you have a client who's a seller, they'll help them fix up their house before they sell it. But if they're a buyer, they can also buy their other home outright and give them 70% upfront, so they can possibly become a cash buyer. But if nothing else, not be a contingent offer, right? You guys know all about that. They also have the easy flip program. If you go to my investing class on Thursdays, we talk all about that. All right, so we got concierge. They're awesome for 3 different reasons.
The Keller loans or something, there's.
Keller Mortgage.
Yeah.
You guys know we have a mortgage company with Keller Mortgage. Now we love Chris Rivera, we love Fernando. But if you're in a pinch and your client says like, hey, can you give me some of your commission? Be like, hey, I'll tell you what. No, but if you use my mortgage company. No. Yeah. No, I will not. No, I will not give you my commission. That is my commission. But if you use my mortgage company, they will charge you no mortgage, no lender fees, and we'll give you $1,000 back at closing towards your closing house. So there you go. You can have $1,000. Not my money, Keller's money, right? Okay, what else we got? The ownership of this office owns 4 offices total, right? So we get to share certain things among us, right? So first of all, we have the morning mindset group, and we also have the miracle morning too, which is awesome. Morning mindset between 4 offices. You get to share like what's going on with all these other offices, which is really cool because everybody's sharing because it's not just their little backyard, right? That's cool. We've got Chris Rivera, we've got Fernando. KW Commercial is booming. There's cool stuff happening there. If you don't know about this, we have this new place program that got launched to train people in doing commercials, so that's really cool. What about all the divisions? If you do luxury, if you do sports and entertainment, if you do farm and land, that kind of thing, new construction, there's a division you can get certified, you can learn all about that. You can network with people around the country for those things. Okay, what else we got?
ALC.
ALC. Why is ALC cool?
ALC is for KW.
Yeah, we'll put RLC, let's put RLC under local. Even though we know every office, what's cool about having an ALC?
They run the office.
They run for the agents.
Yes.
They speak for the agents.
Run by agents.
They are they are an example of how Keller Williams is an agent-centric company. Gary Keller hates the fact that the owners of EXP get profit share. And he's been on a hunt to get that removed for 5 years. Why hasn't he just gone in there and been like, out of there? Why can't he do that? Because he needs the ALC's permission, which is why he's campaigning for the last several years, but he can only pass it if the IALC passes it. So, I mean, you've got people who are looking out for your interest all the time, right? What else we got?
For KW training?
Training, yes, classes, training. We've got local training. You've got KWRI training. You guys know on KW Connect, there's training that you can go to on videos, like live stream stuff that you can go to.
Scott McElroy.
Yeah, Scott Willis,
Yeah, sorry.
Scott Leroy and his Irish cousin.
That's
I can't think of his name as Elroy. See?
Yes, right here.
Yeah.
We got preferred vendors that bring lunch.
Yeah.
And you know what? I gotta say, that's not something on my list. Just listen to the agents, and I'm gonna get $10 to deal. All right.
Family reunion and they.
Yes, family reunion mega camp. Why are those cool?
Because you get to network with people all over the.
United States.
And yeah, you get to network with people. And
Higher conversation. Higher conversation.
Yeah,
I get to know things way up here.
yeah, right. Gary, you can hear Gary Keller talk about what's going on in the industry and in the market. Nothing like it. What else you got? Anything else? Family reunion mega camp.
Licensing.
Command. All right.
I hate to be.
Command. All right.
Was that on your list?
Command is on the list. Here's what I got for command, because we got stuff for the sake of time. It's proprietary, right? I don't care who you CRM you have. If it's not command, your data is probably being sold and somebody's got access to it. Not KW. We own it. We created it. We own it. Better for worse sometimes, but yeah, it's ours. So it's proprietary. It's not going anywhere. We have a partnership with Facebook and Instagram. You want to run ads, you get to chip in to Keller Williams buying ads $1 million at a time. Smart plans, the fact that they exist, they're really cool. Like you can use them to automate replying on stuff. But did you also know there's a library of thousands of smart plans? You want to find a smart plan for following up with Facebook buyers? Just go and search. There's probably like 100 of them. And you pick the one you like. All right. You can also use it for transaction coordinating, for management, lead routing, for team support. You've got an app, you've got a website, design templates, networking platform, all within Command. Okay, what else we got?
KW South Bay, we have in-house escrow and we have an in-house TC.
Yes, yes. And by the way, is Chris so awesome or is she like freaking awesome? Yes, awesome.
She made it so much easier.
All right, we covered classes. All right, here's I got one for you. I can't believe this. No, I can't believe this. I knew somebody who was interviewing and they met with 2 different teams. And one team, she was like, oh my God, I cannot believe how organized, and they had like this whole system that they use. Does anyone know what that is?
Not my team.
Not my team.
That would be career visioning. It's a class that we offer at the region level. We do it like once every 6 months or so. If you're thinking about hiring an assistant or starting a team, it's awesome. And there's a tool that goes along with it called the KPA, Keller Personality Assessment. And it's so baller, and you should learn about it. It's super cool. It will help you making really awesome decision hires. But I digress. What's that?
What's that called, the rare one?
Visioning.
Visioning.
No, they.
And
This profile?
This profile.
All right. There's some other stuff I can go into here. I got some cool stuff. Masterminds. We have Keller covered. So if you help your clients find homeowners insurance, we have that. We have MAPS coaching. So if you want like a high level coach at the national level, Gary Nix. I mean, the guy's doing like, he makes push it for doing $1 million each guy this year. He's been working with his MAPS coach for years, right? So it works. Did you guys know we have KW perks now? We have health insurance. We have health insurance from KW, dental insurance, disability insurance. And with anything else that I not cover.
Any psychology?
Quantum leap, right? You get a free account to DocuSign. I don't know, you guys get DocuSign for free. Yes, you get free DocuSign, we give you DocuSign. Profit share, we talked about that. Bold. How many people have improved their production at any point using Bold? I was expecting more. I was waiting for the.
Good job, buddy. It depends on the instructor, but some of them are amazing, so it really can do wonders.
Yeah, right?
Yes.
Okay, I'll stop at a couple more here. Who controls your brain? If you want to have fluorescent pink signs in the yard, let's say with your name on it, and then has Keller Wings in the bottom right, can you do that?
Yes.
Yes, for better or for worse, you can. You can have the ugliest sign known to man if you want to. We also have, let me remind you, by the way, we also have in-house marketing department that will help you prevent you from making awful.
Free session with the psychologist.
Right? We have an awesome social calendar, yeah.
Pancake breakfast.
Yeah, and you know, we have a policy of making things easy, like we believe that you guys own the lead, it's your client. Like if you ever left Keller ones, we don't make it, we work with you, like we're not a pain in the ass to deal with at any point. We try to make sure it's a win-win deal, even if that means someone was leaving. I could go on and on, but that's pretty much it. Anything else? Did that help? Did anybody learn something that they didn't know was, or reminded of something that they didn't realize was there?
Yeah.
Good job.
Yeah, pretty cool. I don't tell you, I needed to do it myself because I was, you know, it was just cool for me to remember what it is, because I'm out there talking to agents why they should join us, and it just helped me to remember what makes us awesome. So hopefully you guys got a kick out of doing that too. And hopefully I will now, and thank you, Cheyenne, for helping.
That's perfect, right?
Thanks, you guys. I appreciate it. Thanks for your time.
Great information, but the wall of value, you know, and that's just the tip of the iceberg of the stuff that we have here at Keller Williams. You know, we could spend an hour just going through and diving deep and all the perks that we have, you know, so thank you again, Ed, for sharing that. It was a great reminder for all of us, because this was a conversation we had last week, and it's like, yeah, I forgot about that. Yeah, I forgot about that. And, you know, it's just a quick reminder. So again, Ed, thank you so much for sharing. Cheyenne.
Oh, hey.
Look at this.
Here for you.
All right, guys, I know we're trying to get close, but I'd like to get Chris Rivera at LendUS. He has some lending updates for us. So Chris, you know, that's good.
All right, so first thing, just want to talk about the home buyer seminar, which is next month, April 30th. Holden's already sent out an e-bike to you guys, so you can register. She's going to prepare a flyer for you, but you have to hit her back on the invitation so that she can prepare it for you. Everyone's going to get their own flyer. This is just a generic one. It's not going to have my name on it. We're just hosting it for you guys. This is for you and your buyers. There's going to be a registry at the door. It'll be signed up with you, so you're not going to lose your buyer. It's just to get your buyer information on what's out there as a first-time home buyer. We want to have a big event. So far, there's about 5 or 6 people. Lauren is helping me put this together. So we want to create a really big event for your clients. So make sure that you sign up with Holland. We want to get it done sooner than later, because you got to start passing this out to your sphere of influence. to get these people here, right? Just give you one more thing that you can talk to someone when you're going off meeting or you're out just networking, right? You can invite them over here. So make sure you sign up for that. I don't know. if I
Question?
have-
Sorry,
Yes,
super
go.
fast. Is it okay for us to do like a social post on that?
Oh, absolutely.
Okay, I just.
Absolutely.
Yeah, but get your own flyer
Yeah,
and
I
then, and then do it.
Yeah,
Absolutely.
yeah,
We
It's
have another
open to you to
screen too,
do.
because we're gonna have food and everybody's gonna share.
yeah,
Right.
yeah, I just wanted to make sure we're not, I didn't want it to blow up.
No,
So
no, no,
make sure
no,
that it's-
No, it's fine. I mean, the
Okay.
bigger the better, right?
Okay.
That's okay. Food wise, we're just bringing continental breakfast, so it's not really a lot of stuff. You know, yogurt, granolas, fruits, juices, that sort of thing. Most people don't even eat them when we have them. But we like to see at least 30, 40 people that are in here. It just makes it look like it's a great event. And it's for you and all your clients. So all of you guys, if you're working on listings, I get it. You guys have buyer agents, you guys attract buyers. So this is a way for you guys to do another value add to all your buyers.
Some of our sellers buy.
And sellers do buy, because where are they gonna go? Right? Okay. I don't know if I have enough time for this.
Okay, let's push for next week.
Probably, yeah. I mean, I just wanted to present, I'll do the first one, but I won't go into on products with you guys. I'll talk to you guys about it next week when I have time, just because I think it's something you guys really need to know for your clients. I think when you hear the term ARM, you guys freak out because of what happened about 10, 12 years ago, right? Those were bad ARM products. So we'll table that until next week. But this is really a good flyer for you guys that I put together. I kind of tweaked it. Do you know a year and a quarter ago, the start of 2021, rates were at 3%? That's pretty insane. And today, for a jumbo, which is 20% down, and they're buying with a loan amount greater than 647, if they meet all the criteria, they get about a 4% rate. If they don't, they're in conforming high balance. Those are pushing 5% today, right? So look at this graph that I prepared for you. For someone who was qualified for $1 million just a year and 4 months ago, their payment was $33.73. Rates are now up to 5%. To get the same monthly payment, they have to have a loan balance of $628. The sale price is $785. Here's even a scarier thing. We know in the last year and a quarter, prices have gone up 20%. So if someone bought $650 a year plus ago, it's worth $130 more. It's worth $780. That $1 million buyer, because they waited, are buying a $650,000 home just a year and a half ago. Those are true numbers. So it's something to get out to those clients that are still on the fence, not wanting to do something. You can pitch this with the first time home buyer program, tell them, hey, look, you guys need to get into real estate. You guys need to start building wealth through real estate. These numbers don't lie. They are what they are because, well, it just is. I mean, rates have gone up. They're not going to stop. That was also something I was going to talk about, but I'll table that until next week, why rates are going to continue to escalate. But this is something that if you want, I can tailor this for you so you can put it into your presentation, or at least have it so that you can do the Facebook ads or whatever you want. But it's the information you need to get out to people, because this is real stuff. These people have lost that much. That's 35% in sale price value that they've lost in a year and 4 months. So if they continue to wait, they're just going to see rates continue to increase. The Feds have said that. They're increasing rates. We are going to see rates in the 5s. Doesn't mean that people aren't going to want to buy. They're going to have to buy. They just have to take a higher interest rate. All right, any questions?
Is that nationwide?
What's that?
Is that nationwide?
For what?
Interest rate.
Yes, yes.
I just wanted to say that they lost buying power.
Yes.
No doubt.
Buying less than
Well, they lost buying power, but they also lost the value of the home, right? Because they're buying a $650,000 home when they could have had $1 million home a year and a half ago.
I think he was just clarifying that the home didn't go down in value.
No, they didn't, right, but your buying power didn't diminish 35%.
By the way, as the home went up in value.
Yeah, exactly. It's a double whammy. Interest rates are going up and values are going up. So you can keep on waiting. We know values are gonna keep going up because of the scarcity,
This
right?
means less buyers for the house.